Hi, everyone. In today's class, we are going to be reading an article together. We are going to be practicing something called shadow reading. Shadow reading is a technique that you can use to improve your pronunciation, your speaking, your fluency. And I actually have a video about this technique that I have published previously. So if you want to learn more about the specific technique, you can go back and find that video. It's called shadow reading. But today, as I read the article, you are going to read out loud with me. So make sure to follow how my voice goes up, how my voice goes down, and how I pronounce certain words, how I link and reduce sounds, and how I say things. So we're going to get started with this. And as I read, make sure you're following with me. You might be a little behind me, but that's okay because you're listening to how I say things and then saying them after me. So let's get started. This article is called Feeling Hangry. Hangry, not hungry. So make sure to open that mouth. Feeling hangry. Okay, I'm going to keep reading the whole thing until the end. So yeah, just follow along with me and try to mimic how I say things for the shadow reading practice. Okay, let's go. Have you ever felt really irritable only to realize that you just needed to eat? We have a word for this, and research has come out to indicate that this is indeed a valid feeling. A word first coined in 1918 but fell out of use may be making a comeback in the English lexicon. That word is hangry, which is a combination of the words hungry and angry. It means to be bad-tempered or irritable as a result of hunger. The word is gaining popularity once again because of research that suggests hanger is a medically diagnosable feeling. Researchers believe hangriness could be a genuine medical phenomenon. A novel study led by scientists from the UK's Anglia Ruskin University examined how hunger affects emotions during our daily lives. Lead author Professor Viren Swamy said the research indicated a strong link between hunger and feelings of anger, irritability, or fatigue. I have an interest in the effects of hunger and eating on our well-being and behaviors, so this seemed like a natural extension, especially as there has been very little research on the topic. The researchers looked at and analyzed data from 64 volunteers aged between 18 and 60. The participants had to complete surveys on a smartphone app 5 times a day for 21 days. The app helped the volunteers to send researchers real-time information on their feelings when they were hungry. Research shows that self-reported ratings are a reliable source of measuring how hungry a person might be. Dr. Swamy explained that this provided a meaningful link between hunger and emotions. He said, the results of the study suggest that the experience of being hangry is real. He suggested that if people knew they were hangry, they can control their anger better. So nice job. I hope that you read along with me. You did an excellent job. I wanted to point out some vocabulary words and some pronunciation notes before we end the video for the day. The first one is irritable. I've written the pronunciation notes right here. Irritable. It is said it does not look at all how we say it. So we say it completely differently from how it looks. Irritable. Okay, the next pronunciation note I want to point out is this word here, phenomenon. Phenomenon. Again, the PH makes an F sound, so it doesn't look how we say it, which is often the case in English, right? We have words that are spelled differently from how we actually say them. And the last pronunciation note down here is, oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to switch that, is fatigue. Fatigue, again, looks completely different from how we say it. Okay, so again, irritable, phenomenon, fatigue, and some vocabulary. So as you can see here, I've put in bold some words that may be difficult for you to understand. We have some phrasal verbs, some nouns. Let's go down here to the vocabulary. So irritable, easily annoyed or made angry, irritable. So try to pronounce it after me because the more you say it, the more it will sink in, the more it will stick in your mind. And saying words out loud is even better than saying them to yourself because that output is what helps them to sink in. So irritable, easily annoyed or made angry. Then to make a comeback, it's a phrasal verb and it means to become popular again after not having been popular. So something is popular a long time ago and then people stop using it, it's not popular, and then it makes a comeback, it comes back. Number 3, bad-tempered, easily annoyed or made angry. Okay, so it's like being irritable, bad-tempered, almost the same thing. Then we have a link, a strong or a weak link. So it's a bond or connection between two things. So a strong link, you're really connected. A weak link, it's loosely, weakly connected. Novel, of course, it's a book. It can be a book in its noun form, but in its adjective form, it means something that is new. Okay, so a novel study, a new study. Next, we have fatigue. Fatigue, it's a noun, and it's to feel extremely tired. Okay, so not just tired, but another level up, extremely tired. Next, coined. So something is first coined in a certain year. That means it's called something for the first time. It first appeared, called for the first time, first appeared. So this word hangry was first coined in a certain year. Okay, so that's when someone said it for the first time. Last, we have fragile. Fragile, and that's an adjective. It means you break it easily. So if you have glass, glass can be fragile. It can break very easily. So those are some vocabulary words that you should try to remember because they're a little bit higher level and they will make your English sound a little more native. But I want to go back up here one more time and just take a quick look at some of them in use. So irritable. Have you ever felt really irritable? So have you ever felt really annoyed? Okay. A word first coined in 1918, a word first said in 1918, fell out of use, maybe making a comeback. So it's coming back into use in the English lexicon, the English vocabulary. Okay. It means to be bad-tempered or irritable. So in a bad mood or irritable, bad-tempered, bad mood, irritable. Could be a genuine medical phenomenon, event, phenomenon. A novel study, a new study, indicated a strong link, so strong connection between feelings of anger, irritability, or fatigue, extreme tiredness. And then lastly, we have self-reported ratings are a reliable source. So true source. People can have confidence that it's an excellent source of measuring how hungry a person might be. So in today's class, we practiced two things. You should have practiced your pronunciation and your reading along with me in the shadow reading practice. And second, you learned some new vocabulary that I suggest writing down in a notebook, saying out loud, and maybe writing some practice sentences to really allow those words to sink in. So my name is Kim, and it was excellent having you in this video today. I hope to see you soon in the next one or in a class with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.